What up? Back with another video, you know what I'm saying? Another day, another dollar. Before we even get into it, any further into it, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Right now, go ahead and like, subscribe, and you might as well throw on the post notice. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but let's go ahead and get into the video. Today I'm gonna be talking about the Dallas Cowboys and why I believe the Cowboys should just blow it up, man. Why it's time. It's time for Jerry Jones to either A, sell the team, or I know you're getting old, Jerry, but either a rebuild or a retooling. Something, my boy, because let's just go ahead and start getting into it. I mean, where do I begin? They've been in freaking purgatory for like 8 years, right? 2015 was 8 years ago, I think so. I don't know, something like that. But for the last 8 years, they've been a good team, but not a championship contender and not a bad team by any means. They've gotten, I don't know about the first seed, but they got in the second seed, third seed, won their division, you know, multiple times since 2015. You know what I'm saying? And 2015, that's what I keep referencing because they had 4 wins that year. That is the Ezekiel Elliott draft. Ain't not blaming him, but we'll get into that. But yeah, man. I mean, it's like, where do I begin with this team? I mean, they've had 2 coaches in like 14 years. I want to say, because Jason Garrett took over mid-season. I want to say in 2000. Don't get me lying. That's right there. But yeah. So Jason Garrett took over. And then they ended up giving the play calls to Mike McCarthy. I mean, no offense to Mike McCarthy, but if you can't get it done with Aaron Rodgers, bro, you really don't need a head coaching job. And granted, they did get the one, and really that's all that you need. And maybe that's why they did, you know, hire him, because of the one that he got with A-Rod. But understand, he only got one with a dog like A-Rod. Whenever he could have got a few more out of A-Rod in that squad. You know what I'm saying? If we're being real, you know. So you thought that the man who only got one with A-Rod was going to help y'all with Dak Prescott? Anyway, yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, y'all had 2 coaches in 14 years. And normally that would be a good thing. Normally that would mean that y'all are successful, or that y'all are winning or retiree or something like that, right? But in this case, it's not that at all. It's just y'all like stick to y'all guns for too long. Like Jerry Jones is so scared to be a losing team that he would rather just like keep everything and just be a good team and not a great team. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't get why. I mean, I do get why. I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it because, dude, he's getting older. He doesn't want to be there for a rebuild. He don't want to pass away. And the last thing that you remember Jerry Jones for is being a 2-win team. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. You know, he doesn't want to go out like that, you know? So since that's the case, he should probably sell the team. But once again, he's not going to do that either. So, I don't know, man. They need some help, big time. And then, if we want to just go ahead and get into this part of it, you know, they have to pay CD, I think, right? Or yeah, he's on a franchise tag, or no, it's his 5th year option. He should be coming up on his 5th year option here. And yes, they should pick it up. I think it's like 17 mil. That's really good, because next year, if they keep him on this roster, which I wholeheartedly believe that they should, he's going to be like a 4-year, like a 4-year, 92 mil guy. 92 divided by 4, what's that? That's 23 a year. You know what I'm saying? I could see CD being a 23 a year guy. I think Debo got around 23-ish. I think Tyreek making about 24-ish, 25-ish. So that's about good for him. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know, but still though, regardless, they're gonna have to pay him. Whenever they also are gonna have to pay Tony Pollard, and if they want to keep Gilmore, then they have to pay him. You know, so I don't know, man. That's 3 pivotal guys for them this year that I mean, you don't have to pay CD this offseason, but you do have to pay Pollard and Gilmore this offseason. And then if you really wait until the last minute, will CD even like really want to mess with y'all like that? Because he might feel like he's one of them guys and he deserves to be paid before it's, even a question. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Me personally, I would rather have CD than Dak Prescott, but you also don't want to just get a nobody at quarterback. I feel like maybe, now this might be a crazy thing, it might be crazy, I know, and plus Dak Prescott would have to be okay with it because Dak Prescott, I believe, has a no trade clause, which is like, what? I know, crazy. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he has a no trade clause. So he would have to agree to this. But I could see a world here where they pick up Russell Wilson if he actually does get released. Then I believe they could pick him up. He has to prove to the world that, hey, I'm still somebody. He comes in, makes a vet minimum. You know what I'm saying? Just makes the minimum. You would pay him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And duke it out with Dak. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? If Russell ends up being your guy, great. If Dak ends up being your guy, let Russ walk. You barely paying him anything. I feel like that's a win-win. If the Bears end up trading their number one pick, which I really hope they do. But if they don't end up trading it, I meant to say, and they end up drafting Caleb, Justin Fields would be a great guy, Just saying. Or you dangle Dak, and then you have Caleb Williams be your quarter. I mean, there's a couple of things there. I mean, I don't know. There's a couple of things there that could shake it up, that really could help you guys out. But Dak's on a friendly deal, I believe. I believe the rest of his money is signing bonus, or not a signing bonus, but they're in bonuses. I don't believe his contract has too much more salary. He's on a really friendly deal. It's just a no trade clause, which makes sense because if he didn't, I mean, it does make sense because it's Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? But contract wise, if he doesn't put that no trade clause on in those years where he's making no salary, that he can get, if he's playing bad, he can get moved for anyone. You know what I'm saying? So he's nah, just in case I'm playing bad, and they want to move me, I have to accept it, And I'm yeah, I'll go to this good team rather than them just dumping him, for a good pick or something, type jump. But I don't know though, man. They scare me. They really do, because I don't see them blowing it up, but they need to blow it up. It's a necessity for them to blow it up. To me, blow it up is a reach. They need to retool, and I think it starts with number 4. I've never really been a big Dak Prescott fan. He has the numbers. Yes, he will always have the numbers because of the type of offense I believe Jerry Jones wants to play. Does that make sense? You could kind of tell towards the end of Romo's career, they started throwing it a lot more than handing it to your boy Murray. You know what I'm saying? They really, if you really want to go back and look, dang, they was throwing it a lot more than for that time. You know what I'm saying? Not compared to now, that probably be close to the bottom of the league. But the league moves like that. But Dak throws the ball a lot, man. He throws it a lot. He has a great percentage as well. He's always had a good completion percentage. Dak isn't a scrub by any means, but I just think that they need to shake it up. They haven't shaken things up in forever, literally 8 years. Literally, Dak Prescott was in the same draft class as your boy Zeke. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I believe that they need to shake it up a little bit. They always, what I want to say? They always keep about the same pieces, but they never really do a good job at retooling. You could maybe bring Gilmore back, okay? To be real, Pollard is a number 2 back. I'm just being real. I love Tony Pollard. He's a good guy. He's a good running back. You know what I'm saying? Pause. That kind of sounded weird. But he's a good running back. But it's just that he's a number two. He needs a bruiser in front of him. He does. And I'm praying. This is a little off tangent. He's like if Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't like develop into anything else, and Jahmyr Gibbs is just him right now. You know what I'm saying? He's just like a really, not a one-dimensional guy, but you don't want him to run your ball 20 times a game for the full 17 games. You just don't want that. He'll probably end up getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? If we're being real, or his workload is gonna be doo-doo. You know, and by week 14 and on, you know, just because of the type of guy he is. You know, he's not that big of a dude. Yeah, though, they really just need to trust the rebuild to me. To me, if they trust the rebuild, then they would be fine. Or if they want to commit to a complete rebuild, I say great, but I just know Jerry Jones isn't like that. But to me, my dream scenario for the Cowboys, you know what I'm saying, would be trading Dak, talking to Chicago, seeing what Chicago is going to do. If are they going to trade that pick or keep it? Because if they keep it, they're going to get Caleb. Talk to him about Justin. See if Justin can be somebody with you guys, in you guys' system, and let Dak go. You know, give him to Chicago or whoever, 3-teamer or whatever. However it gets done. And then let Justin Fields and Trey Lance battle out for the number one spot. That's my opinion right there. You know what I'm saying? Personally, then if you do bring Pollard back, it's just to trade him later. You know what I'm saying? So you get his value up because you don't have a guy at quarterback, so you're gonna hand the ball off to him a decent amount. You know what I'm saying? And then while CD's on this 5th-year option, you get him gone. Before you gotta pay him, you get him gone. You feel me? So you can get something back in return for him, even though it might not be a lot because he's on the last year of his deal. Still CD Lamb. He was just the boy just had 1,700 yards this year and led the league in catches. You know what I'm saying? So he's still a dog. Don't get it twisted. I just feel like they should blow it up and really just air out everything. Just blow up the whole offense and just me. Let your defensive contracts just play. Now, you keep Micah, like you keep a certain few guys, you know what I'm saying? Really, if you want to keep CD, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But you keep Micah on defense. You pray that you can keep Diggs. I mean, he's not up for a deal yet, I don't think. But, you keep Diggs, you keep Micah, and you keep Brand, right? And then, that's really it on defense. Everybody else, you cool with scatting. I mean, maybe Lawrence because he's just been there for so long, so maybe you bring him back. But everybody else, man, you just keep their numbers. You just keep their money on the books. Unless you can dump them off and, can dump them, then great, dump them. But if not, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Just let their money play out. Trade a few guys, though. Trade a few guys so you can get picks or just assets back, young guys, whatever. You know what I'm saying, back in return. And then on offense, let them, at least 2 go. At least let, if you're going to keep Pollard, then, so let Gilmore walk, first of all. But if you're going to keep Pollard, then just only keep him to trade him. Does that make sense? Don't keep him to keep him because you'll just be wasting his time. And because he's just not a number one guy. But like, depending on where Derrick Henry goes, if he was to back up Derrick Henry, oh man, that would be amazing for him. There's a couple guys I could see him backing up. If he could back up Chubb in Cleveland, depending on what they're gonna do with Hunt and them boys. There's a couple of guys I could see him really backing up, and really I'd have to do a deeper dive. Even really seeing him and a Dalvin Cook together. I know Dalvin Cook really hasn't been himself this year. But I feel like he's just not the healthiest, personally, to me. But, we'll see. But if the backfield was Cook and Pollard, that'd be decent. Or go to New York with Brees. But I don't think they're gonna need that. That's why they got rid of Cook, personally, But I don't know, man. the Cowboys, man, they can figure this out. But all that being said, I appreciate y'all for watching. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for, you know, liking the video, because I already told you to before. And if you got this deep into the video, you might as well leave a like. Like, y'all don't be leaving no likes. Like, y'all are wildin'. You're geeking. You're tweaking. You're wildin'. Come on, we're supposed to be over here styling. Whoa, that was corny. I'm dead. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all.